The fact that Russell Wilson is not going to be owed anything through a new team.
Game changer.
Is a huge, he's a rookie quarterback all of a sudden.
Yeah.
Is how Russell Wilson's going to be viewed. Now going to have to learn a new offense, you would assume, no matter where he heads. Have to get into a new building. Don't think he'll get his own office and stuff like that, like we had heard about how Denver goes. But if you think about when he got to Denver, what it was.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Super Bowl.
The dreams.
Oh, yeah.
Top 10 in Super Bowl odds.
This team needs a quarterback. This team made a massive move and got a franchise quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
This team paid this guy $250 million. This guy in the Broncos' future are simpatico.
Oh, yeah.
Big time.
Then Nathaniel Hackett, well, this guy sucks.
Yeah.
Not
We need
him.
to fire him.
Yeah.
Get him out of here.
Get him out.
We need to bring in a winner, Sean Payton. Well, how's that going? Well, allegedly during a bye week, there was a conversation about maybe a little bit of a change-up to how everything's going so that he couldn't potentially be on the hook for $30-some million to the Denver Broncos if they were able to move on for him next year. Just didn't seem to work out at all. Who knows if it was personality reasons? Who knows if it was off the field? Who knows if it was just quarterback play? Him and Cortland Sutton were able to build up a massive relationship. He gave a thank you to Denver. He thanked everybody in there. He thanked the preacher man.
Right.
He thanked the cafeteria.
Right.
He thanked his teammates.
Right.
He thanked the community of Denver.
Right.
He thanked the fans of Denver.
Right.
I think the video people he thanked.
Oh, yeah.
Guys who mow the lawn.
Team 3.
Training people he thanked.
Everybody.
Equipment managers I think he thanked.
Yep.
His car dealer, I think he thanked.
I think he did thank.
Realtor.
His realtor, yep.
There was a local chef that made great sandwiches. Thanked him.
I think he even thanked Future,
Yep.
Just because.
which no one saw coming.
No one saw that coming in that entire thing.
Nope.
Who did he not thank?
I think he didn't thank Sean Payton, any coaches, or the owners of the Denver Broncos.
Oh, yeah, they're the ones that are paying him $35.4 million in dead cap next year and then $49.6 million in 2025. A wild scene by a team that says, get us out of this relationship. One half of the Hammer
Dahn.
Cowboys, Tone Diggs, diehard Steelers fan. Is Russell Wilson going to be a Pittsburgh Steeler on a veteran min contract?
I would say the chances are likely to very likely that he's going to be a Pittsburgh
How about
Steeler.
that? That's how every team is sounding right now. Like
should.
Russell Wilson? Yeah, Super Bowl champion?
Played well
for a
last
million-
year.
for a million-
Gee,
$1 million.
Dan Orlovsky, he's top 10 quarterback.
Yeah, true.
What are we going to pay him? Nothing? Love this guy. That's a real conversation happening with all these teams that are quarterback needy right now. And Russell Wilson went from this guy we don't want on our team. A lot of people saying. We're not saying we said that.
No.
Just saying the narrative about Russell Wilson over the last couple of years has certainly changed. The Danger Witch, the Mr. Broncos, let's ride, go, all this stuff was being viewed in a vastly different fashion than it was in Seattle when he was doing all this stuff. Because in Seattle, you see, they were winning.
Yeah.
In Denver, they were awful. So all the stuff that Russell Wilson has been doing his entire career, being basically a movie quarterback, like the epitome of what a movie NFL quarterback would be like on the sideline, in his workouts, at home, on the internet, in commercials, on the field, in the building, movie quarterback. How you would draw a character to be if they were an NFL quarterback. Giving back to the community, speaking the way, always super positive, like actually saying, clear eyes, full hearts, we're going to win to other adults in real life, not just in movies. All that was beloved in Seattle. In Denver, though, the narrative changed on him quick.
Yeah.
Quick. They're like, this guy sucks. Get this guy out of here. How is this guy taken seriously? Boom, boom, boom. That's not everybody, but a lot of people started doing that. Now that he's only worth $1 million for next year's salary, everybody that was thinking that needs a quarterback, we'll take a future Hall of Fame quarterback for $1 million. It's a wild turn of events over the last 24 hours.
I mean, Russ said $30 million. No, I'm okay. I'm good. But Russ said a million or whatever the vet minute is. He had 26 touchdowns and 8 interceptions last year. The last 2 years, the last 2 seasons, 2 full seasons, the Pittsburgh Steelers quarterbacks have accounted for 24 total passing touchdowns. TJ Watt has 24 and a half sacks over that time, so more sacks than passing touchdowns. So, yeah, I think if you can get a potential future Hall of Famer who has done it, who has been there, who did enjoy, just turning around and hand that ball off to Marshawn Lynch, play action, get out.
Well, except for on that one play.
That wasn't his call.
That one time, Matt Patricia with that tight corner.
Artie Smith's going to know what to do. Yeah. I'm thinking we would take him. Why not? I mean, for that price tag, yeah. Yeah, I think I would.
You think him and Artie Smith, good?
Oh,
No, absolutely not.
What would you know?
What is your problem?
Well, I just, talked to Artie Smith for about an hour in person. I
Yeah,
feel
you
like-
didn't-
Artie Smith could
You
work
told
with a
me you
future
didn't
Hall of
ask him
Famer.
shit.
He definitely could, but at this point, I mean, I don't know. I just don't know. Artie Smith's a bit of a hard ass. I think we know that his father is a former Marine. So I think he's got a little bit of that DNA in him. Because I was just initially thinking, like, well, maybe the Giants. All these reports are coming out that they have buyer's remorse on Dan Jones. Like, him and Dable wouldn't get along. It'd be the same thing as. So I don't
Kevin
know.
O'Connell and he.
I think that could work. Also, maybe like
Now, granted, everybody in the Vikings organization, from we've been told, and we only talked to Kevin O'Connell for a short amount of time. We didn't get any actual information, but what's being reported is like, we'd love to have Kirk back.
yeah.
Would love to have Kirk Cousins back. They love Kirk Cousins over there. Vikings fans love Kirk Cousins. The building loves Kirk Cousins. I think Justin Jefferson loves Kirk Cousins. Like, everybody loves Kirko. Okay, I think that's the case. But what Kirk has done business-wise throughout his entire career leads us to believe that there is going to be a team that is going to potentially want to pay him what his market value is worth. Is Minnesota going to be able to do that with what they're going to do for Justin Jefferson, who obviously homegrown, drafted, our guy, our star, best player on the field whenever he's on the field? They've already said they're going to pay him. Who knows if it's possible? But if what Mike Florio is alluding to on Pro Football Talk of NBC Sports, he'll be joining us in about an hour or so, that Kirk Cousins and Atlanta are seemingly going to be a fit down there, it would make sense that Arthur Blank, who just a couple years ago was going to pay $180 million for Deshaun Watson or $200 million for Deshaun Watson, went through the Desmond Ridder era here, went through the Arthur Blank era. You bring back Raheem Morris. You have weapons. You have a town that wants like explosives and things. Maybe they do pay a full price for Kirk Cousins for a 2-year deal to kind of write things. We don't know what all Florio's hearing. We don't know how much of this is real or not real. But if we remove Kirk Cousins from the Minnesota Vikings, Kevin O'Connell's proved he can have a successful offense with.
Yeah, he can coach.
With damn near anybody.
Yeah.
Now, the weapons they have, obviously, Jordan Addison's a dog. Justin Jefferson's his thing. Tight end, great. Hawkinson's great. Like, they are able to have an offense. If you can get a veteran who's been there, done that. Now, granted, who knows what he is behind the scenes. A lot of teammates he shouted out in his thank you note about, like, inside jokes and stories. And I think there's been some teammates that have gone to bat for him, obviously, publicly, numerous times before. But, like, you're not paying him shit.
No.
And you got a guy that can probably pick up an offense. If you're accurate, which Russell Wilson can throw the rock, in that offense, they're going to be open. It's like, that feels like a natural fit to me personally.
I guess it's different because you aren't paying him, starting quarterback money. So a lot of teams, but don't you think it is also possible? Like, we just talk about you bring in a guy because, like, he's not. There are a few places where he would be the starter probably if he signed with them, but in a lot of these cases, like, with the Steelers, they're talking about him coming in to compete with Kenny. Like, he's not going to be handed anything. And, like, I don't think Russell Wilson can shake who he actually is, good, bad, or indifferent. Like, he is who he is, and I think that's why a lot of people have maybe softened up on it because, like, it's not Hollywood bullshit. Like, that is what you see is what you get with
all
Russell.
the time.
Exactly. It's like Tim Tebow.
He's never been caught not being Russell Wilson, ever.
Exactly. And I just wonder if certain teams are like, hey, we just don't want to deal with that shit, whether it turns into a media circus or whatever. Like, but again, you're not paying him $30 million. You're not paying him to come in and necessarily be
also,
that guy right away.
Kevin O'Connell, former NFL guy, former player, former quarterback.
Sure.
Every time we've talked to him, even in the brief time that we got to see him at the Combine, and when he's been on the show, it's like he's just like a football guy.
Yeah, for sure.
So it's like he and Russ might be able to. I don't know. In my head, as soon as I heard this, and I already had Kirk in Atlanta because of what Florio's saying.
Right.
And unlike the rest of the internet, I believe that Florio does know.
Absolutely.
Like what he's talking about.
Yeah.
That guy's been doing it for a long time.
So
long time.
That guy's been breaking news and pissing people off for a long, long time.
Whole life.
I've been hearing a little bit of this, and then all of a sudden he puts it out, and the people that he's hearing it about are not happy about him. That happens in pretty much every NFL building for like the last 20 years with Mike Florio. But if all signs are pointing to him being gone and them not being able to keep Kirk in Minnesota, it's like $1 million about.
Makes sense.
Yeah. Makes a lot of sense.
He won a game with the Pastronaut.
He did.
Yeah.
He was telling the Pastronaut the plays. Like literally as he's, all right, say this to the team, perfect. Here's what you have. All right, you got to slant to the left. The guy to the right's going to do a little bit of bubble. You got to go from Addison on your far right side. What they are looking like is a shell here. Probably check down running back in the middle here. But and then cut off in the middle. All right, and then they win a game. It's like, I believe in that offense. If you're Russell Wilson, you want to go to a place that's going to have success, and he's worth nothing, it's like, why not?